they shared. You're beautiful. You're beautiful for the cross that you bear. And today, you're truly beautiful in the crown that you wear. The other night I spent time with the family, a precious family. I enjoyed myself. And when they were expressing their most important memories of mom and grandma, the words that kept coming were unconditional love. What is it that you remember most about your mom and your grandma? Unconditional love. And it was the same words that we went from person to person, except Gene threw in another word. He said it was rich, unconditional love. What if everyone could remember us? And when they were asked about us, they would say they were rich in unconditional love. That truly makes a rare gem. We call this unconditional kind of love agape love. No strings attached. This is a love that comes from a choice that we make. We choose to love you. No matter what you do, I choose to love you. It was said that she was non-judgmental. She didn't care who you were. Didn't care what you did. She just accepted and loved you to the very best of her ability. This kind of love does not come from the mind of a man. You see, people, being people, it's too easy to think things about other people, and sometimes not so good. We always find problems with other people. But the kind of love that Bernie had, and the kind of love that was described to me, the reality of it the other night, and what I've heard this morning, that kind of love is a gift from God. The descriptions went on like this. She loved to cook. And Kimberly had to use the words green chili this morning. That was my stomach that flopped that you heard. She loved her children. She loved her grandchildren. She loved her great-grandchildren. She loved being part of what was happening. In the words of Eleanor, a resident of Hawaii, she lived in the spirit of aloha. And I always thought that aloha meant hello. But it doesn't. It means hello. It means goodbye and hang loose. Kimberly, her granddaughter, called her counselor. She said no matter what you said or did, she'd always wear her smile for you. But God's greatest gift to her was, in this time, was her. It was so incredible in that her children said in this last day she was not in a lot of pain. Someone said you did see the cancer in her. She still talked, she laughed, she lived in the moment with her family to the very end. So the children said on the 19th day of February of 2015, they released her to heaven, but will never let her go. Her family was everything. The flowers that are arranged here are arranged by family members, and I wish I could remember how it all was. I know 6 of the roses for children, there's roses for grandchildren, and there's roses for great-grandchildren. It was all about family for her. I want to tell you today that she is where she is because of her faith. Not because of the church, or because of religion. She's there because of her faith in Jesus Christ. She knew it was through him that she would get to heaven. But it was also her faith that got her through the days in the end. And so we should learn the same. It's faith that causes us to be able to walk day after day after day. The kids said that Bernie loved puzzles, and her walls are decorated with beautiful puzzles that she put together and had framed. Life for her, as it is for all of us, is somewhat like a puzzle. We take the events in our life and we try to make sense of them. We put event together with event until a picture of our life emerges. As was said, Bernie was a single mom raising her children by herself. That's a piece that's hard to fit into anything. It's a piece that we think that it should be different, but this is the one I have. And she worked and she worked and she worked, and the piece fit. And the testimony of these children today and grandchildren, you see how it fit for her. It became something beautiful. And the parts of the family, the members of the family that I know, she did well. Very, very well. And how does anybody deal with the diagnosis of stage 4 colon cancer? That's a piece of the puzzle that just doesn't fit. But you got to deal with it. You can't throw it away. By the grace and the gift of God, she dealt well and fit that piece into her life. And so goes all of our lives. We're all dealt pieces, and we've got to put them together. Things have happened in your life. You've been given pieces of the puzzle. You've all done things. Some you've been very successful at. Some not so successful. Some things have failed. You failed bad. Some things you wished you'd have never done. Perhaps they're ashamed. But they're all pieces of the puzzle. And Bernie knew how to put a piece or a puzzle together. And I know a man named Jesus who knows how to take the pieces of a puzzle and put them all together. I brought a picture with me today. Something that was made for me. It's a puzzle that my daughter made for me. I'm not a puzzle putter together. 4 or 5 different times I put the border together. I mean, there's some things in my life that are real easy to do when you put a puzzle together. You find the straight pieces and you keep fooling with them until you get a picture frame. But my life was more than that. And I've done things and had experiences in my life. Experiences like the puzzle pieces that are toward the middle. They all look the same. Sometimes it looks